Good morning, afternoon, evening, night, random county. Sounds.
Oh, that doesn't matter to you. That knob changes nothing for you.
Can we start over?
No, keep going.
Okay. Welcome to another episode of the Random Roulette Podcast. That is the voice of Spooky Suki, and I am her co-host, a sick pair of Heelys.
Dude, I do have a sick pair of Heelys.
Yeah,
do you remember my sick pair of Heelys?
I thought one of them had
They're
a wheel
fucking
missing.
rainbow. No, I found the wheel, I think.
Oh, you did?
Probably lost them again, to be honest.
I thought you lost them in like one of your moves.
No, I found them both at one time, but I kept finding either of them at a time, and I was like, oh, when I figure out where I put the other one, I'll put them both in the same spot. And I don't think it ever happened that I put them in the same spot again. So I've just been moving them around my house. Like, okay, when I find the other one again, I will put it with this one. So they're somewhere in my house. I also have that one pair of, like, light-up bottom shoes
Oh, hell yeah.
that I haven't worn to anything. And I think I'm just going to hold on to them until they're big enough for my niece. My niece is big enough for them. And just give them to her, because I
Hell yeah.
don't think I'll ever wear them.
What if she never gets as tall as you?
One of them will. One of the two will.
You have 3 nieces.
Yeah, but the one's got to wait like 12 years,
while.
13 years before that's a thing to think about.
I was trying to think of who I saw around town with Heelys.
I mean, I did have them.
No, but like either like around Hy-Vee or like downtown or something like that.
Somebody had them?
Yeah, just
Like a kid or like a grown-ass person?
someone who's younger than me.
Okay, that doesn't mean anything.
I'm really bad at judging. Everyone is either like 4 or 12.
Well, that's what my husband was saying. He was like, oh, there was these kids at the bar, and they were like fucking 12. And I'm, dude, they're probably in college. And
Yeah.
you just can't tell. It's
Yeah.
like, and it seems like it's either one or the other. Either they look old as shit for their age, or they look young as hell. I've seen both, and I'm just like, what is happening? What is this?
We have better skincare now.
No, like some young people look old as shit. And I think it's more to do with like face hair and what they're wearing. I think it's face hair and how they're dressing. Because everybody looks the same age anymore after you hit like puberty. You just look like everybody looks the same goddamn age unless you're like over 30 already. Maybe. 35? I don't know. How old are you?
As old as you want me to be.
98.
Sure. I'm ageless. I'm immortal.
Yeah, I don't know. We're in a weird time right now where everything's in fashion.
Yeah.
So you can't really tell somebody's age by what they're wearing anymore. If that makes sense.
Yeah. Especially now that like 90s stuff is like coming back with a vengeance, which is
Yeah.
awesome.
And like 70s has been in style again for
Well, no, 70s was the
long
same as
time.
like, it was just like the early aughts had a lot of like 70s influence because it's the parents of the people.
well, no, it still does because that's kind of integrated a bit with like some of the cottagecore stuff because it's like the wide bell-bottom pants
Yeah,
and
because it's
the
all
like
hippie stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like all of these different things are mixing together, and I don't know. Nothing means anything anymore.
No, this goes along with my theory and also my oldest brother's theory that time nor space is actually linear, and neither of them exist.
No, it was until about 2000, and then everything went to shit after that.
You know, like I like it could be just like a symptom of my horrible ADHD, but I literally have no concept of time. Like if someone asked me like, how long does it take to do something? I just guess. I just give them the answer that I think they want.
Yeah, I can't. Like if somebody is asking me how long something will take, I'm just like, I don't know. 20 minutes, 2 hours? I have no idea.
Especially like if someone asks me to like show up somewhere, it's like, I don't know how long it's actually going to take me to get there. And on my way there, I'm going to be lost in my own head anyway because I can't focus on anything.
See, I have the added problem of sometimes it'll take me longer than expected to get ready because like either I like fuck up an eyeliner wing or something, so I just have to keep cleaning that shit off until I get it right because it drives me nuts.
Just do war paint.
That doesn't no. That doesn't apply. So yeah. And I'm not terribly good at wings these days. That's why I got that wing eyeliner stamp thing.
Oh yeah, just puts it on.
I haven't tried it yet, but that's why I got that because I would agonize for like half an hour over one wing being different than the other.
Is that why ladies are angry all the time?
I don't know.
Or
I think
just
we
you?
have a I think we have a
I
lot
mean,
of
you have a lot of pent up anger.
we all got a lot of reasons to be pissed. Just saying. But yeah, I don't know. And then
Oh, no.
I'm not good at directions either.
Well, yeah, but that's just
Directions mean like north, east, south, and west do not mean anything to me.
well, especially like around here where you live because nothing is in a cardinal direction.
Oh shit, is it?
No, it's not.
Oh yeah, because our house is
It's tilted.
a weird
Yeah.
angle.
Same with my parents' place. Like
Shit.
it's like it's shifted, so it's like there's no side of the house faces a cardinal direction. So it's like, oh, well, I just then you just use landmarks like, oh yeah, it's down by the big cottonwood, or it's
Oh,
yeah,
God.
it's next to the tree line.
You could be like, hey, it's by that there tree over there, and I'd be like, there's so many trees. Which tree is point at the specific tree? We got so many trees. We had a lot of deer too. I had
Yeah, it's springtime. Lots of animals.
I skedoodled out into the yard the other day, and there was just a deer just standing in the middle of our yard. It's like,
Hanging out,
hello,
just hanging out.
sir. And he was I don't know what kind of deer.
Um,
I don't know if it was a girl deer or a boy deer. I can't really tell, to be honest. But it was a deer.
As you can tell, like I've never hunted it in my life. I think male deer get their antlers in fall.
Okay, that helps me none right now.
Well, it's spring,
Okay.
so it would be
They would
more.
ha-
It would be more
What if
difficult
they
to tell
shed
them
'em?
apart.
Oh, it'd be more difficult right now. Yeah, I don't know. It was a deer, and they just looked at me, and I was like, "Hello there." And as I walked around, they scattered off. Probably scared them.
You know, that's a weird thing about certain animals. Like, how fucking wild would it be if like humans just like I don't know grew like shoulder spikes in the summertime?
That'd be pretty bad, actually.
I know it would be.
Then you can fight people with
Or
them.
or like if instead of just being singular skin colored. I mean, yeah, there are people that have like vitigigo, but like if you actually had like stripes, like that'd be fucking rad.
Do antlers carry DNA?
I would believe so.
Damn. Because I was going to say that'd be really cool because you could commit a murder
Oh,
and then shed the murder weapon and no one will ever know.
Well, I mean, you can grind up and burn bone.
Is it made of bone? Is that what it's made of?
I do believe so. Yeah,
Oh,
some
shit.
form of
I thought
bone.
they were fuzzy. They're not fuzzy.
Well, no, they're fuzzy to begin with. Like they get what's called velvet, but then they'll go up against trees and like
See,
rub it
I
off.
also have a problem of where I want to pet all of the animals ever, but some of them will murder you.
I think someone I want to say it was probably Lupert and I were talking about how you have all the cats and how you recently got a new kitty, and we were just like she'd be the type of chick that would like adopt a possum.
You know what? Possums are actually cool.
No, possums are actually rad as hell.
Yeah.
I mean they look kind of freaky.
Possums get a bad rap, I feel like.
No, they get a very, very bad rap because they're actually very, very important creatures. They eat ticks.
Yeah, we got a shit ton of them out here, so... Jesus Christ.
And actually, they don't carry the rabies virus because their body temperature isn't...
Yeah.
It's either too high or too low or something like that, where the virus
Yeah, I
can't survive
remember,
inside.
but yeah, like their whole thing was like, oh, they're all rabid or whatever, and it's like, they can't even carry rabies. What are you doing?
And the whole thing of like playing possum, it's the exact same mechanism for fainting goats.
Yeah.
Basically, they just get like so freaked out where they just like freeze.
Yeah. Anyways, I have some news. News-related things. Another Boeing whistleblower has died.
A third one?
Second.
Okay.
It's the second one. We have only talked about the one.
Okay. Yeah.
Now there's been a second one
Yes.
that has mysteriously died.
Yeah, and now I think 10 more have come forward. It's like, they can't kill all of us.
Wee. Miss USA and Miss Teen USA have resigned from their positions.
What?
They gave back the crown, basically. They
Oh.
resigned from their positions. But
Beauty pageants are kind of creepy anyway.
they're still under like an NDA, so they can't
Oh,
say anything. So they're just like, our morals don't align any longer.
yeah. Hey, good for those girls.
A building in downtown Norfolk has collapsed.
Yeah. So that's a little bit of like a conspiracy theory.
Oh. I haven't heard any.
So
I've just heard the news and I drove by. That's all I know about it.
So it's across from Black Cow Fat Pig. And I think there's like a beauty salon right next to it. And then was it the bridal shop? Was a building that actually collapsed, or is the bridal shop next to it?
No, there's nothing next to it right now. It's empty. It was the bridal shop.
Okay. So there are some. Well, I'm not going to name any names because I actually don't know who. But I do know there are some shady people in Norfolk. Not that there's a mob or anything. The mob's actually called.
Dude, there's a shit ton of shady people in Norfolk. What are you talking
Yeah.
about?
So it randomly collapsed with no one in there at like 4 a.m. when no one would be around to see what was going on. And the building was just sold.
I mean, they were doing work on it, so it doesn't surprise me that it collapsed, to be honest. So, I don't know about the whole conspiracy theory.
No, it's an insurance claim. The building, it would have been more
The
work.
college bought it.
Oh, well, then it's definitely an insurance thing. Because it would have been.
No, because they were, like, actively remodeling it. Like, they were doing shit to it.
Yeah, of course they're
and
actually remodeling it.
that's why it collapsed.
But when you find out that the remodel is going to be a lot more work than building new.
Oh, the fucking college has so much goddamn money. That is so not true.
No,
They do
it's,
not.
it's publicly funded. It doesn't have any money.
They don't give a shit about throwing money at shit for no reason. That is,
But if you can get more money.
yeah. If they had to get more money to work on it, they would have got it.
I don't think so.
Yeah, they would have got
No,
it.
because the whole thing, it's that experimental building.
No, bro, they get it. They get whatever the fuck they want.
Oh, yeah, that all would be done through grant money, wouldn't it be?
Yeah, they get whatever the fuck they want. So, no, I don't believe that's a bullshit conspiracy. Need to come up with better goddamn conspiracies if you're going to bring them in front of my face.
I feel like, especially around here, that would have like fallen I don't.
And of course, nobody was in it at 4 a.m. Are you fucking
Yeah,
kidding me?
why did it collapse at 4 a.m. when no one like they didn't want to kill anybody? They just wanted the building to fall down so they can get the money for it.
No, it's going to collapse at 4 a.m. from the changing shit from night to day. The changing of temperatures. Stuff, shit expands and contracts. You work in buildings. How do you not know this? This is a bullshit conspiracy. That's terrible. They need to come up with better. They need to come up with like better ones that like somebody fucked with it or something because they were anti-college. Like
No, not
at
anti-college.
least-
It was someone from the college.
No, it's not. Nobody would ever do that from the college. So, at least come up with like an anti-college person, somebody who's like pissed at an ECC. That would be way more believable than the college did it themselves because like they have all the fucking money to throw around ever, and they always will in this town. That's never gonna stop.
I don't know if enrollment's kind of down.
Do better.
For someone who is a little bit more connected, they did say that yes, when they're doing construction, they were taking out some walls.
Yeah.
And one of them might have been a little bit more important than
Yep.
the others.
See,
But it doesn't mean that wasn't done on purpose.
no, it wasn't done on purpose. Try again. Because I don't think you would want that shit to happen, especially like in downtown.
Yeah, that's again, this is planned that way.
It was not planned. Try again. Anywho, oh, more bullshit about Boeing.
Oh,
Their Starliner has been delayed by a week because there's a helium leak. So these are going to be manned. Basically, what the Boeing Starliner is. Who the fuck? The purpose is to like taxi, ferry people to and from the International Space Station.
oh, okay. So kind of like what the fuck, a musky boy, Starship. No, is it Starship? What's the SpaceX one?
I don't know. I hate SpaceX.
Yeah.
There's also there's a Virgin Mobile. I think theirs is called the Dragon though.
No, the Dragon capsule. That's SpaceX's like actual like command module.
No, this was a Virgin Mobiles thing.
Oh.
It was also that other fucking rich guy that's at least a
yeah,
little less of a
Richard
douche.
Bronson.
Yeah, a little less douchey than Muskie Boy.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much anyone who's
Yeah,
a billionaire's douchebag.
nah, he's a step down from Muskie Boy, though.
Yeah.
He's just... Elon Musk is just a fucking crazy man.
No, anyone that has over $1 billion has the ability to actually save the world. They just choose not to.
Oh, yeah, why would you save it? It's already shit. You want to go to space?
So that way
Go to
people will
space.
build monuments in your name and remember you forever. I thought that's what the idea was.
Nah. Go to space.
Go to space.
Go to space. Who cares about this planet? We could find another one.
So I know I think I talked about this last time or the time before, but I'm reading The Three Body Problem over the course of the summer, and it's a Netflix series now, and that's exactly what it is. It's
Go to space.
yeah, it's aliens that are they where they came from. They found out that the planet's not going to survive very much longer, and so they're looking for places to basically set up shop.
Yeah.
And someone made a mistake and made Earth very, very visible. And they're like, let's go there. There's clearly intelligent life. And
Yeah, but why would you want to Why would you want to live with other intelligent life?
no, they don't.
Oh, they want to murder them all?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Perfect. That's what they should do.
So I'm about halfway through the second in the trilogy. And
So, do they, like, make that out to be, like, a whole horrific thing? Like, oh, all the people are getting murdered. Whatever. Or is it just like, yeah, aliens, woo,
well,
murder all the people?
okay, so there's actually in the book, not to spoil too much, there's basically two factions of people. There's ones that are basically sided with the aliens, thinking that, oh, if we ally with them, then they'll spare us. And there's other ones that's like, well, we have to defend Earth at all costs.
I'd be siding with the aliens, for sure. Murder all the people. It's great. It's fine. Wait, how shit are the aliens, though, that they had to leave their planet? What did they do to their planet?
So that's where the three body problem comes from. So the idea of the three body problem is if you have three very heavy masses in space, it's impossible to predict the motion of where they are. And this actually is a real place, Alpha Centauri, which is the nearest star system. There's three suns. And in the book, what happened is the orbits of their planet is so unstable that they found out that it's going to be crashing into one of the suns, so they're escaping.
Oh, so they didn't actually fuck up their planet.
No.
Oh,
But
okay.
they're actually fucking up our planet on their way here.
That's fine. They'll fix it. They'll be okay. They're smarter than us. They can obviously get places. We can't. One of us is better than the other, and it's not us this time. Anywho.
Aliens.
Yes. International Space Station. Did you know you can view the International Space Station, and if you go on like I think it's their website. Or a
NASA?
website. And it'll tell you all the times you can see the International Space Station from your location.
That's kind of rad.
Because I was looking up the Hubble telescope the other night, and I also decided to look that up. Because we were looking at the auroras.
Okay, did you see him again the night after?
We did a little bit, but it wasn't nearly as strong.
Okay.
That's when we were looking up satellites and crap
Yeah.
instead. What are you pointing at? Oh my god.
You have a friend.
Not again.
Okay. Bye.
We can't. They're like they come in during the summer. We can't do anything about them. They just show up.
Yeah. I really wish I would have. Oh no, because my sister was able to see him. I have a sister who lives out in the middle of nowhere, and actually out there, on a clear night, you can actually see satellites.
Yeah, you can see satellites here too.
Yeah, but you have to like squint and like look and
What the fuck? I don't.
and then you get like all the light pollution from like Norfolk. Like out there's literally no light pollution.
Oh, I don't know. I can see them from out here, which is fine.
Well,
but-
also there's a lot like less trees and things because
You guys totally missed out because they were super strong at like 2 a.m.
Yeah.
That's when we got that. I got that picture.
Yeah, where it's like
straight
right
up.
above. It's like, oh man.
Yeah, it was like pulsing like a heartbeat. I was like, that's cool as shit.
Yeah. That's yeah.
It was fun. It was good.
I did get to see basically remnants of them the next night. They weren't nearly as powerful,
Yeah.
but I was able to see them from in town, so that was kind
Yeah.
of cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was one of my bucket list items. But I definitely want to see more of them.
Yeah, I'd rather see them when they're actually like clear as day and not like,
Yeah.
Gotta go look around
apparently, like when you're so far north, I think you can actually hear them. Like they crackle and buzz. And then
You gotta be like really far up north.
yeah, like
How far up north? Is it where it's really, really cold? Because I don't want to be there.
yeah, yeah.
I don't want to go there.
it's above the Arctic Circle.
Oh, well. Yeah, I don't want to go there. I have no desire to go to the places that are super cold, really. I don't even really, like, care about going to, like, Alaska even.
I'd love to go to
Maybe
Alaska.
in the summer, when their summer season is.
Yeah.
Which is when ours is, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just not nearly as long. It's weird because like the growing season it's way shorter, so like plants have adapted to like grow faster.
Yeah.
So like people's vegetable gardens, like they get like giant cabbages and things. It's like like the world record for largest cabbages built
Yeah.
or built.
Yes.
it was
it
grown
is.
in like Juneau or
Nice.
something like that.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Places that are cold seem not so fun. I do like the mountains, though. Those are all right.
I feel like places that are hotter be worse.
Yeah, places that are hot are bad, too.
Uh,
I just
Like-
don't like going anywhere, apparently.
That's why you live here because it's very moderate most of the time.
No, it's cold and hot. It's extremely
gets
cold
both.
and extremely hot here. It's the worst. And we have tornadoes. I
You
don't
don't
know.
have earthquakes. You don't have alligators. You don't have hurricanes.
You know, I don't know if I'd mind. I'd rather go with earthquakes, though, I think.
I think earthquake would be kind of a cool thing to like. It's like, oh, dude, but not the ones that like leveled cities.
Nah, I'm fine with that.
Oh.
Because either, like, you're probably crushed to death instantly most of the time. So it's probably fine. You don't have to suffer too much.
Unless you do, then that's a bad.
I don't know. I'd rather deal with earthquakes, I think, than hurricanes.
Also, apparently, alligators are kind of like chill. Like they don't.
I don't want to find out.
Well, no, like they don't like actually aggressively like hunt anything. Like they just like wait until something comes by, then
Yeah, they eat it.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, they're a lot stronger than you. So if you try to fight them, then they'll.
No, because you can just punch them in the nose, apparently.
Oh, that's a shark. The alligator, they can clamp down really hard, but they can't open their mouth. They don't have very strong muscles to open their mouth, so you can just like with like 2 fingers like hold it, and then they can't bite you.
Yeah, but
you're
you
putting
can,
you're putting your hand near the mouth of an alligator.
you can punch them somewhere, and they will fuck off. And I think it's in the nose.
Getting the dick, maybe.
I don't think you punch sharks in the nose. They don't really have a nose.
Yeah, they do. But I think the front of their head is like pointy. Yeah, and you punch them in the nose because that's it's a very like sensitive organ. It's the
Do they really call it a nose? They don't
Something-
call it something specific?
snout. I don't know.
Yeah, that makes more sense than nose. They don't have a fucking nose.
Is it ampullae of Lorenzi? It's like
You
it's like
would know.
radar.
You would know that.
Yeah.
All
So like
for
yeah,
shark
if you hit them
shit.
with them, like it like fucks their shit up. Also, if you put a shark on its back, like if you be able to
Oh
rotate
yeah,
it,
then they like
they go to sleep.
take a napsy poo.
Yeah.
How long tipped over before they die?
I mean, I know it will kill them. I don't know what the timeline is for it. Also, there's a thing when certain sharks die. Like I don't know if it's like something inside them that gets released to the water, or if it's like some type of like ultrasound thing that they send out. But if like a shark dies, like all the other sharks in the area will fuck off.
Oh, yeah, that's like a warning signal.
Yeah, like they had like tagged sharks. There's a group of orcas in the Pacific that actively hunt sharks, and there's a bunch of sharks that were tagged, and one of them died, and they saw the other two just like
zoop.
go to Hawaii. Like they found them like a week later, like halfway across the Pacific. It's like, oh, okay.
Oh shit! All right. Well, fair enough. Always about the sharks. Huh.
Yes, that is one of the new stickers I'm getting. It's no fins, no future.
Oh yeah, 'cause people still eat shark fin soup,
Yeah.
which is weird. How do we as a people eat weird shit? How do we get to the point? Who Who is the test dummy for trying out the weird shit and seeing if it's good or not?
Well, there's a very old commercial. I think it's Life cereal, where they feed it to their younger brother to see if it's good.
Good God. But you think about like all of the weird
Yeah,
stuff in history.
Like in Southeast Asia, you can get like candied crickets.
Yeah.
It's like
Who in the world was like, hey, let's try doing this and eating it?
And I find it weird that you can go to an Asian market and get like the dried fish, like whole ass dried fish. You're supposed to eat them like popcorn.
Yeah.
It's like,
that is
unsubscribe.
kind of weird. Or like
Or peanut butter apparently is just very, very strange for the rest of the world. No one knows what the fuck to do with it.
I mean, it's kind of gross.
No,
to be
it's
honest.
awesome.
It's pretty nasty. But yeah, like shark fin soup. Who's like, hey, let's cut this here fin off and put it in some stew.
Okay, so you know how I have that theory that just all billionaires are assholes? It's them. They're the ones eating shark fin soup.
Oh yeah, that could be. But who in the right mind was like, hey, let's try to do this in the first place?
Well, it was probably
what the hell?
it was probably like after catch, like they'd go fishing and stuff, and they would like eat all the meat and stuff from a shark. I was just like, well, what can we do with the fins? We'll just put it in water and boil it and just make broth. And they found that it made the thing is the fins don't add any flavor at all. It just adds texture. It's thickens soup just like a little bit. That's all it's for. So you can do it with like literally anything else.
It's fucking whack. That's whack.
No, it is whack.
I'm trying to think of other weird stuff. I don't know. Can't think of anything at the moment. I can, but I might do that as a topic at some point. So,
I see.
not this time.
This time.
Not this time. I do have more news, but that's for the next one.
Okay.
There's a rascal screaming in the background. Oh, I was going to talk about something I did. Shit. Oh, we went to the NASCAR race.
Oh yeah.
And it sucked.
I thought it was.
The race was fine. It was the weather that was shite.
I thought it was like bright and sunny.
That shit was raining, dude. What
Oh.
the frick? That's why there was a delay.
Oh, I didn't watch the race.
They had
I just saw the highlights.
no, it was rainy and chilly. And I didn't bring like
An umbrella or sleeves or rain jacket. You can't just buy ponchos there.
I had one poncho ish. No, I had my parka with my pack parka. So it's the one that's in the little bag.
Yeah.
And then of course my in-laws packed the rain plastic poncho things. But it was fine. I don't know. I got a margarita and it was like $11.
That's not bad. That's like how much is it at Applebee's?
It was this big, man.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
It was maybe what?
You're holding up about something about the size of a tumbler.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it was skinny. So it was like
Oh,
it was like this big. It was like those small, tiny fucking cups.
like the Cayman Jack margaritas.
No, this was just some mix that this guy had in a freaking bowl thing with a spigot on the bottom. I was like, am I gonna die from this? But it was just the mix in it, and then he put a shot of whatever tequila he had. Dude, I didn't even look. And then dumped this mix from this big basin thing in there, and I was like, holy crap. And he's like, that'll be $11. And I was like, what? Okay. But at that point, I was like, I need a drink after all of this because I don't know. Everybody was just like really on high tension the entire time. And I was like, holy shit, what is happening?
It's because they've been partying for a week.
No, like I traveled with. I was traveling with.
Oh.
That I went with.
What? Like because
and at least like my family, I could be like, hey, quit being shits. But I can't do that.
Well, yeah, you can.
To my in-laws. That's not okay. They're nice people most of the time. But yeah. And everybody was just like crabby and stuff. And I was like, holy God, I just came here to have a time. Not even a good time. I just came here to have a time. Jeez. So yeah, that was interesting. I didn't realize how big Nebraska Furniture Mart is in Kansas City.
Oh, yeah.
That thing is enormous.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
It's basically like, dude, the one in Omaha is freaking huge. And
Yeah.
they have the warehouse and the showroom.
I don't know if I've been been to the one in Omaha.
Okay, yeah, it's
I was maybe
it's like
there
IKEA.
once for like 5. We also went to IKEA, by the way. And
Hell yeah.
I got
Get any Schürfengloben? Or
What?
maybe some Strudel?
what?
Wait,
What?
that's
I
German.
got some cookies.
Hell yeah. Did you get meatballs?
No.
Oh.
I got this pack of cookies that had raspberry filling, and they were
Dope.
delicious. What else did I get? I got some other shit. Oh god, now I can't remember. Oh, TV.
Speaking of sporting events, I am going to be going to the volleyball Super Bowl
Oh, good god.
on Saturday.
Why?
Because,
Is it the Supernovas again?
well, hopefully it's
Oh.
the championship game. So that way I can go, because I went to their first game, I went to their last game of the season, and I went to 2 in the middle, and I'm going to go to, well, the semifinals are tomorrow, so hopefully they make it through, but I'm going to go to the Super Bowl anyway.
Why is it called a Super Bowl?
Well, it's not
when
called the Super Bowl.
volleyball?
It's actually called, I can't remember. I think it's not just, it's $1 million match. Yeah.
Is it a bread bowl?
No.
Bread,
Bread bowl. Soup.
Oh, by the way, Panera got rid of the thing that I love.
Panera.
Panera. It was like a rice base, and then it was like vegetables and good stuff, and they got rid of it, and I'm really pissed about it because that was like my favorite thing ever there, and now it's gone, and I'm salty. I don't even give a shit about the bread bowls, to be honest. I don't think I've ever gotten a bread bowl.
Oh. I only ever really got like their soup with broccoli and cheese because
Did you get it in the bread bowl?
that's, yes.
Oh, yeah, see, I haven't had a bread bowl. He gets bread bowls all the
They
time.
used to have like good sandwiches though, but I haven't been there since I left Kearney.
They had a really good soup in the autumn, and it was like autumn squash something. Oh,
dope.
it was so good. It had some cinnamon in it.
Mm-hmm.
It was good stuff. Hopefully they bring that back. I don't know. Still
There's
pissed
not
about
even a
my...
Panera around here. You have to go to like Sioux City or Omaha or something.
Yeah, I don't give a shit. I'll go anywhere for Panera. Yum. Yum.
Fenders needs to start serving soup.
They don't have
The
soup.
sandwiches.
Dude, I haven't gone for a while because we haven't had my martial arts class because May's been nuts for everyone. So I haven't been going to Fenders, and I'm kind of sad about it. I like going there. Anyway, we are past
It's
the
okay.
halfway mark. We are drinking.
Just some bomb ass gin. It's a gin and sorrow. It's a sour cider. It's pines and needles.
Yeah, it's NA out of the can. But what we did, what I like to do, is add it with some gin. And we added it with some cedar gin.
Yes, it's
I don't
actually
remember what
awesome.
brand, but I picked it up from somewhere on my travels.
It's a little folly or autumny, for a drink.
What? All right, hold on. Let me drink it, and I'll let you know.
Late summer, not necessarily like fall, but yeah, late summer.
No, that's summery to me, but I like going wandering in the woods.
Very true, very true.
Oh, I went wandering in the woods yesterday because I thought I heard a kitten, but I think it was just a bird. And I got like 7 ticks on my pants, and I was like, holy shit.
Where deet?
Well, I was just going for a meander, so I wasn't about to.
Oh, I see.
But I am going to have to treat the kitty cat. with
Yeah,
some
get her
tick.
a tick color.
No, we got the frontline
Oh,
whatever
okay.
stuff. I don't know how to use it yet, but we'll find out. Yes. We have t-shirts.
We've got stickers
We've got pins that you
and
can
we
stab.
have some magnets.
You can stab your enemies with.
Well, don't do that because then they'll look fashionable.
No, you don't leave it on them.
Oh,
Jeez.
that seems very mean though. I would just stab somebody.
Why wouldn't
Don't
you?
answer that.
Why would you? Why wouldn't you? For fun. For the puns. If you subscribe to the top membership of our Patreon account, we will give you a t-shirt. If you subscribe for 2 months.
And you can also put in for a new topic.
Yeah, and you can get notes somehow
We'll figure it out.
from our books. Yeah, we have
Mine's almost
I
done.
forgot what our tier. I think it was $10 for max amount of patronage, and then $5, and then a $1 tier, I think. I haven't looked at it in a long time.
You're trying to get better at that.
So please subscribe to our Patreon. Otherwise, we will haunt your dreams.
But if you want to talk to us, you can find us on Facebook at Random Plus Roulette, and you can find us on Instagram as well.
Oh, shit. We're on Apple Podcasts now, by the way.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
That finally went through?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Whee!
Did it finally accept our artwork, or is it still shitty?
No, it accepted it now, I guess.
Okay.
Now it's fine for some reason.
Oh.
I have no idea. What a bastard. Anyway, somebody listened to us on Apple Podcasts already because I creeped and I looked and I was like, "Oh,
Very good. Very
would
good.
you look at that?" So I don't know if their algorithm was like, "Hey, check out this new podcast that is wacky." Wee.
And then they immediately blocked us.
That's enough of that. Anywho, do you have anything else to add to the ad space?
No. Just buy our shit. We'll be friends.
Dude, are you wearing that fucking hat again?
Yeah.
That has no bill.
Yeah.
That is so stupid.
It's my favorite hat.
So
It's a good
terrible.
hat. It's a dope
Yeah,
hat.
that's fucking terrible.
Everyone else
Anyway.
likes it but you.
No, they don't.
Speaking of things other people don't like, transition at all. The bigger transition I was going to try to work through, but you kind of usurped me, was the Northern Lights. So I rolled, I spun.
Oh, you got spoopy.
I got spoopy.
I just remembered that right now. I've been trying to think of what
what are you going to do?
what you spun for the last, I would say, like 4 hours.
Oh,
I was trying to think about it, and I was like, I don't know. I can't remember. But I remember just now. So here we are.
so have you ever gone ghost hunting?
Oh, I mean, we've all gone together.
Yeah.
So, yes.
Okay. Have you ever seen like weird lights in the sky while ghost hunting?
No.
Really? Or gone to any like big outdoor areas where like maybe it's like supposedly haunted? It's like lights off in the distance.
You know, for being all into spooky stuff and whatnot,
You don't
I
know a lot.
haven't seen or heard shit.
So there is a phenomenon. It's called ghost lights, and it appears in actually a bunch of places around the world. They're usually like lights that kind of just like they'll dance like kind of not well. It's really hard to tell like where they're coming from, like if they're far off or if they're close by. Their intensity can vary, and usually it's in kind of like rural places. You know, not gonna be like any populated areas. And they're really kind of hard to explain and also really hard to describe. They're called ghost lights.
Okay, see, I think my problem is like I'm always seeing shit.
Well, yeah, there's that too.
Like out of the corner of my eye. And I have cats, so it's just like I can play just about anything weird happening off.
Well, so this definitely
On
isn't
cats.
This isn't something that like creeps up on you or something that is like fleeting. Well, they can be fleeting, but it's definitely something you could actually be able to capture with a camera. So there's some sort of substance with these
Yeah,
things.
see, I would just think I'm seeing shit. That's it. I would like. That's my problem. Is I can play nearly anything spoopy happening to me off on something the hell else.
So there's a few famous ones. I'm gonna kind of go through a few of those.
Okay. So you said they're hard to describe, but like, obviously they're a thing. So what is the
Yeah.
general appearance of them?
So
Is it just like a white floaty thing?
it kind of depends on which ones you come across. They can be like white or yellow, some green, like along that spectrum.
And they're not just like reflections of shit?
Well, because they're floating. It's like what they're reflecting off of.
Anything. What? How do you... What? What? All right, anyway.
Okay, so one of the famous ones in the United States, the Brown Mountain Lights. This is in North Carolina. So these actually have a very long history. There's even like native like peoples that they have legends about these, and they described them. Where like on certain nights, usually like summer, fall, something like that. Like over the tops of mountains, they'll see like dancing lights, and then they'll just like disappear. It's like, what the fuck could they possibly be?
Were they on drugs?
No, I think those are
Perhaps.
more of like the Southwest tribes that did peyote. I don't know if there's a lot of hallucinogens in the in Appalachia, Smoky Mountains, that area,
I
which
don't
is
know.
what
I'd
this
have
is.
to look it up.
So yeah, they're known by Native Americans. They're usually orbs, kind of floating and fleeting, and they're sporadic, so they're not really like predictable. Like you can't say like, it's not like a thunderstorm. You can like kind of feel it coming, or anything where it's like fireflies, where they're seasonal. They're late summer. They just kind of happen.
You said firefly, and I got this song playing in my head.
You
Also-
would not believe your eyes.
Side note, I should say that I don't believe that all Native people did drugs or do drugs. Just pointing that out.
Good to
real quick in there.
Yeah, so even now, like I guess you can kind of go to like the Round Mountain area in North Carolina, and you can, if it, on a spooky night, you'll be able to see them. So
Okay.
like there's still like modern documentation. Another kind of famous form of ghost lights are the Naga fireballs on the Mekong River, which borders Thailand and Cambodia in Southeast Asia. This one's actually really big. With a lot of kind of like older cultures.
Okay, hold on. I'm going to see if I can find a photo. So say it again.
The Mekong River, the Naga fireballs, NAGAFIREBALLS.
Yeah, I know. Well, yes. Naga Fireball.
So these ones are actually seasonal. They appear every October, and this actually aligns with the Buddhist, basically the Buddhist Lenten season. Where there's like, the Buddhists still have a time of sacrifice for a lot of them, and at the end of it, they'll get everyone will kind of come together and they'll have this big huge festival, and they'll
Okay, those ones are reflections, and I will not hear anything otherwise.
Well, no, because they'll shoot off like the top of the water, and like at the conclusion of the ceremony, everyone they'll let off like lanterns like over the water, and like it's actually like a big deal. And these things have been around for so long that they're actually part of the local mythology. Naga is actually the spirit of the river, and it's depicted as a dragon, and that's its breath as it's waking up. You're looking very puzzled.
They're pretty much saying that somebody's firing a flare gun to fuck with people.
We'll get to that. Well, they're weird because they vary in size quite a bit from like size of glitter all the way up to the size of basketballs. So from very, very small like particulate like sand all the way up to something you'd be able to hold in your hand. Yeah, but I mean that's one that regularly occurs. And, like, I mean, not a lot of people around here, but a lot of people in the world like know about and like go and seek out. Another one, and this is the one that I've actually wanted to do for quite a while, is the Hesdalen lights.
All right, I gotta look this one up too.
Hessdalen. Hesdalen. This one gets weird. So there's this valley in Norway, and it's kind of like way out in the boonies.
Oh, this one says there's no consensus for an explanation.
Exactly.
Oh,
So there's this valley. It's called Hesdalen, and there's like a small village there, and just every once in a while there'll just be lights in the sky. Sometimes they'll move, sometimes they won't. Sometimes they'll last for a second. There's other times that they last up to an hour. And it's kind of they'll move and they'll dance. Sometimes they're round, sometimes they look like lightning. They're very, very strange. And like you said, there really isn't a explanation for it. However,
the closest explanation they have is dusty plasma.
I'm getting to that.
What?
So this one has actually been studied quite a bit. There's one.
Wait, I still didn't see a picture of this. This is what I wanted. This is why I was looking this up. Jesus.
Okay, so there's the main researcher who studies the Hesdalen lights. His name is Jan Moen,
Oh.
and he
Okay.
is he grew up in the valley. He's a farmer, but he kind of wanted to figure out what was going on with it. And so he actually went to like a local university and was like, hey, what is this thing?
Did you look at pictures of these?
Yeah, they kind of look like lightning, like weirdly, like they're streaky.
Like,
Yeah.
shoop, 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 shoop.
Yeah, they're very odd. But like they don't strike anything. Like they hover.
Wonder if it's edible. Can you eat it?
Could you eat it? I don't
You
know.
got close enough?
So this guy in 1982 is the first time he saw it, and these things they would appear. They said there was 20 sightings in a week. That's how frequent they were. So it wasn't something that was like,
Yeah, every once in a blue moon.
yeah, it's not tornadoes exist in Nebraska, but we don't see them every day.
Yeah, under certain conditions or whatever, it was just like they were happening.
Yeah, so it was everywhere. They actually set up a research station. They have the Blue Box, which is just a one-man station. It contains a magnometer, which think of that as it's a giant metal detector.
Right on.
It detects magnetic fields and fluctuations there within. And then it's got a few video cameras just as observation. In 2018, they actually developed the Hesdall Observatory, and this is actually manned year-round for 4 people, and it's called the White Box. And it's actually ran by Ostfold University. So this has a lot more sophisticated equipment. They do a lot more like so they do like a lot of like diving. What the fuck? I can't even read my own handwriting.
Woo!
So they try to like duplicate optics. Okay, so before I get to like how they're trying to decipher this thing, let's go back and figure out what the other ones were.
Okay.
So we had the Brown Mountain Lights.
Yes.
There's a reason why they only occur at certain times, and that's because the weather has to be quite right. And usually it's late in the year, and it's in mountainous terrain. So what will happen is what's called a temperature inversion, where you have a massive cold air above a massive warm air, and they're trying to flip.
Yeah.
You ever driven on the highway and like a really hot day, and like it looks like there's water on the ground, and then you drive there and there's no water?
I mean, I guess.
You're not familiar. It's called a mirage.
I don't go places.
Okay.
I don't know.
You've never been on a road trip in the summertime? Seen that?
You know what? I don't think I've ever been on a road trip in the summertime.
Real? What do you do with your life?
Everything the hell else.
Okay, on like a really, really hot day, when you look at something really far away, it's kind of blurry.
Well, that's just because the heat lines.
Exactly. So what's happening is instead of, because usually in the summertime the heat it's rising off of the ground, so it's cold down below and it's warm above, so it moves in that direction, and it creates a lensing effect where you see things below where they are. So that's why it looks like water. That's why it looks like it's wet. If you have it the other way, then it looks like things are above it. So when you have the cold air above the hot air, it looks like things are above it. So that projects it higher up.
Gotcha.
And if you have a strong light source, like you would see that, like, you see car headlights, you don't see the shape of a car in the dark, you just see the headlights.
Yeah.
So what's happening is there's a road near there.
Oh, and people just driving.
And it's just people driving. So that's why it looks like, they kind of dance and they move and then they're gone. It's like, yeah, because they went around a corner, you can't see them anymore.
Quick question.
Yes.
Kind of unrelated, but related. Do you see heat lines like on a lot of things?
Quite a bit. Like, that's how I know if my grill's hot. Like, I'll look above it to see if it's, blurry.
But just like if you have the kettle on the stove, can you see heat lines from it?
No.
Because I can, and I always felt like I was on crack.
Well, you are, but
I was like, why? Because like nobody else ever said anything about it. But like I can see heat lines on like random, like obviously hot things, but like I can like see the like subtle like distortion of things around it. I'm like, is that a normal thing for human beings, or am I just seeing shit?
Well, I've weird optical things like that too. Like during around certain lights, I'll see halos. Like apparently not everyone sees that.
Bitch, that's called having an astigmatism.
Well, yeah, and I also see like distant points of light as starbursts as opposed to points of light.
Yeah, that's just having an astigmatism.
Yeah. But
I have one, and both my eyeballs, and one is worse than the other.
see, my optometrist never figured that out though. Like my glasses aren't they didn't do anything
Oh,
to fix it.
well, you should probably tell him that.
No, because I like seeing the halos.
That's technically dangerous for driving, but all right.
Wah, wah.
All right.
So yeah, the Brown Mountain Lights, they're kind of bullshit.
those are bullshit.
And it's like, oh, but the natives, they knew about it. It's like, yeah, well, when you have campfires.
Yeah. They probably just didn't
far away.
dance around as much.
Yeah.
They were probably more sedentary.
The Naga fireballs are a little bit weirder though because they're witnessed by so many people a year. It's like, fuck yeah, these got to be real, right? Well, there's a couple of theories. One of them is that part of the river that they go to is the off-flow of a lot of land area, and that this sounds like one of the weird like government conspiracy things. Yeah, it's just swamp gas. But what they mean by swamp gas is when things decay, they usually decay into things like methane.
Yeah.
And it bubbles up, and when it gets concentrated enough, once it hits the oxygen above the water, it'll actually ignite and shoot up.
Yeah, but then they would see it more often, wouldn't they?
Well, it's seasonal because, well, things die, they get washed down, and then the temperature of the water changes. And so that's when things like actually start to break down and it gets moved up.
Yeah, I don't like that one as much.
The other theory is people are just kind of dumb.
Yeah. That's the one that I read.
So this event, the Naga Fireballs, it happens along this river that's in between Thailand and Laos? Yes, Laos. I want to say Cambodia, but I do believe it's Laos. But this river is really, really wide. So you can kind of see to the other side, but you wouldn't be able to like hold up a sign. So like, you know,
You can
yeah.
see people over there.
So they start to, part of the festival is like, oh, once the lights start, you know, then you light off your fireworks and, you know, you put up your lanterns or something like that. Well, if some dumb idiot lights one off too early, like, oh my God, there's some fireballs. And then everyone does theirs on one side of the river. And then it's like, oh no, fireballs. And everyone does theirs on the other side of the river. And then it just compounds like that.
Yeah.
Because, you know, they're not like, again, it's wide enough where you would be able to like necessarily see or talk to the people on the other side.
Yeah.
So that could be a thing. There's also a weird thing with phosphine gas, and I couldn't really make a whole lot of headway in between that. It's like it's another form of like decay or like a mineral thing.
Yeah.
Weird. The only type of these lights that I've actually seen personally, I was driving home. Well, I was driving to Kearney from my parents' house, and kind of got past Aurora, and I started seeing like stuff like dancing on the bottom of the clouds. And I was like, what the hell? And it started freaking me out, though, because if aliens did come, because that's what it clearly would have been, then the alien, it would be like, you know, when Christopher Columbus came to Hispaniola and, like, killed all the natives and shit like that, and, you know, now no one speaks Algonquin.
I mean, they might not murder us. I don't know.
No. Every time anyone's ever been colonized, it's never been
But like,
colonized.
you don't want to murder your own slaves, do you?
They did, though.
Yeah, but you.
Well, when they get all uppity and acting up.
You don't like kill them all right away.
Well, no, he just killed a few.
Yep.
So that's what I feel like. So I'm like, you know, kind of sweating. And then turns out that on the second exit for Grand Island, there's a giant Bosman's truck stop with huge searchlights. It was overcast that night.
Bruh. What the hell?
So let's get back to Norway.
No, hold on. The one thing I did read very quickly on the
Naga lights?
that it is actually suspected that somebody's just shooting flares
Oh,
over
well, yeah, that's what they do. Like,
just to mess with people.
yeah, they shoot
And they
fireworks
just
over.
keep doing it. No, not even like fireworks. They're just straight up flare guns. Which is why they usually curve
over.
Yeah. So probably flare guns, to be honest, because that seems the most believable one to me. People are just fucking with other people.
That's
the whole thing.
So let's go to Norway. Who would want to fuck with people in Norway, especially rural,
everyone.
mountainous?
Absolutely everyone. I will not take that people aren't just out there messing with other people ever. Like, that is always happening. That will never not happen. It is people's nature.
No, absolutely.
To just absolutely mess with anybody they can.
I'll agree with that one. So with all these research that they've done, They've taken a lot of like clearly, photographic evidence. They have measured like magnetic fields and fluctuation there. They've taken like mineral samples. There's also kind of a weird thing in Scandinavia where there's a lot of unique minerals. There's actually certain elements that are actually named after the area, like scandium, yttrium, urbidium, and they're all only found in Scandinavian countries. Thing with those is a lot of them are radioactive.
Ooh, do you think they're tasty then?
I mean, they're spicy. So in normal radioactive decay, one of the first elements created is xenon, and then xenon actually will decay out hydrogen. So just as like things decay, if this stuff gets pooled, say like in a valley, then it will actually ignite. Hydrogen is highly volatile, so that's kind of one of the theories. I think that like because there's actually like there's mines in this area, and actually when they did their whole survey with the magnometer, they found out that there's basically they like x-rayed through all of the mountains to find out that there's like a lot more minerals in here.
Yeah.
So they actually created like a very detailed map of like what this place is actually made out of. So like there's actually like real like science going on in this thing.
Yeah.
There's also another theory that with all these minerals, just because like old rock produces quartz. A weird thing with quartz is it's really good at holding like static charge, and with just like movement of if you have like enough movement of static charge, then you get a discharge. So it looks like lightning.
Wow.
So that's what it's like. Sometimes it looks like lightning coming from the ground.
Yeah.
Which is even more odd.
That'd be really cool to see.
It would be cool to see. The thing is, one of the reasons why, one, this is really hard for me to research, and two, it's actually difficult for the people that are actually doing the research, is because it does get chewed up by conspiracy theorists and like, ufologists and things like that.
Oh, man.
And actually, one of the reasons why, have you heard of them being referred to as UAPs as opposed to UFOs?
No.
Okay. Well,
That's a new one.
There is an active change instead of calling them UFOs, UAP, which is unidentified aerial phenomena. The idea is it's a little bit more of a scientific approach, because if you say unidentified flying object, you're assuming that one, it's actually flying, and two, it's actually an object, and that's.
I'm kicking your beers over.
You are kicking my beers over.
My bad.
And that's not good science because you're starting.
That's not good science for the aliens.
No,
of course not.
No, it's because you're starting from an answer.
Oh God!
Instead of like working to solve a problem.
I hate it here.
Whereas in Hessdalen, they ask the questions. We want to figure out what the lights are. So they come up with the theory. It's like, well, is it static discharge? They come up with the experiment. It's like, okay, so let's measure the amount of quartz in the soil. They come out. It's like, well, maybe that's it. That's good science.
Yeah.
Thinking it's UFOs. How do we prove that it's UFOs?
Yeah.
That's bad science.
Yeah. I like how every time there's something like weird going on, it's either ghosts or aliens. We just jump right on either of those boats.
Yep. So it was difficult to do any of the research on this to get like real.
It's aliens.
Yeah, because it's like, oh, it's aliens.
Oh my God. Oh, thanks. I hate it.
But it was actually kind of cool because in truth, there is still like mystery around this thing. Like it's still kind of unsolved. I mean, yeah, the Naga lights, like you can kind of think it's like, but there's like a lot of like culture in with that, for some people that is magic. The Brown Mountain lights, yeah, you're just a fucking idiot.
I don't know. Like why are we so wanting so badly to communicate with aliens and stuff that we immediately jump to aliens every time?
Well, the reason why, what's the answer? The answer is aliens. Is the Earth is it? This is all there is?
I don't know, but like They probably take a look-see and they're probably like, nah, we're going to leave that one be.
No, it's like, it's got water.
If they're advanced enough to look at us, we're already behind them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So why would they want to, like, communicate with a failing community? Why would they want that?
Well, why do you teach children?
So they don't die.
Yeah.
Nah, they'd probably want us to die. They're probably like, you guys are so bad.
No, it's like you guys are tasty.
We're going to leave you just to kill yourselves. It's fine.
Yeah,
We're gonna let you destroy the whole thing, and then we'll come take all the stuff afterwards.
Yeah, think of like the intelligence difference between us and like cattle. Like cattle do what they do, and they do it really well. They get eaten.
I don't know. A lot of cows are really smart.
Yeah. Like,
I swear, if octopus get
if octopus could teach and or harness fire, they would conquer the world.
I think if they just had one more brain cell to them, we would be SOL.
Or crows, ravens.
No, because like they're not very good with their feet.
No, like
Where at
crows
least-
and ravens can actually use tools.
Yeah, but to an extent, I think octopi can do
I
more.
see what you got in that there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So, I think octopi are the real aliens. They just haven't figured out how things work here yet. They'll get there, and then we'll all be screwed.
Yep. That's the end. That's it. Yeah, we had a good run.
Yep,
It's octopi time now.
yep. We're dead.
Well, thank you for listening to me rant and rave about some cool science things and some spooky
Aliens.
bullshit. Mostly aliens, possibly UFOs,
Aliens.
and we're all gonna die.
Yep.
Are you gonna spin for my new one? Spin away.
No, I got one more thing.
Oh.
If you aliens out there can somehow hear this here podcast,
Buy our shit.
please enslave us. Thanks. All right, that's it. That's all I wanted to say. Let's crank the volume on the tickety tack. Tic tacs. Where the hell is it?
We need spin BGM music.
No.
No.
No, you get no music things. You get nothing. You're banned. Oh god.
Looking for a guy in finance.
Oh god, you got music though.
Blue eye. Oh hell yeah.
I hate that. Why?
Why?
Why must this happen to me? Every time. All right, what's your stupid ass joke this time?
You're
not reading it. I thought you wrote it down.
I did write it down, but I remembered it with my brain.
Wow. That's a new one.
What kind of cats came over on Mayflower?
The normal kind?
Puritans.
Dude, cats don't have religion. Come on.
Yes, they do. They're their own gods.
They sided with Egypt. Alrighty. Normal cats. They're normal cats. Oh. No. Okay.
Well, stay hydrated, don't die.
Yeah. All right. See you later.
Bye.